As it would seem, the epic rivalry of John Cena and The Rock continues, but unlike wrestling matches, serial marketing, toy sales, it's all about acting now, more specifically superhero genres. For years, fans of these two would argue which was better, or at least me and all the other kids on the playground it was, but after years and years of back and forth, one has finally come out on top. John Cena is not only the better actor, but the better DC anti-hero, and I'm here to tell you why. Black Adam was a film that was essentially The Rock as a superhero. He didn't look anything like Black Adam besides the costume. He didn't act like Black Adam and didn't even have the traits of Black Adam. Black Adam lost the fight over who was the better anti-hero by the start, because Black Adam was never an anti-hero. He was a straight villain. Black Adam in the comics has gone over a few changes in his origin, but roughly, it all went out the same way. The first one was him being chosen to be the champion of conduct, but became a tyrannical overlord and ruled with an iron fist, who killed anybody that opposed him. The second one is one the movie roughly followed, where Teth Adam was never supposed to be the champion, but instead his nephew, not his son, Amon, who does share the name of the modern child, is not actually the modern child, but his nephew, I don't know, it's so fucking convoluted. He was chosen to be the champion. At the time, Teth Adam was badly injured, so Amon, being the kind soul he was, wanted to give him his power. Now, unlike the comic, the movie was having his son fully give up the Shazam power only to die right away. In the comics, Amon gives half the power so that Teth Adam could live, and so he can help Amon make the world a better place, kind of like the Shazam family. When they both said Shazam together, Teth Adam killed Amon, so both lightning bolts would hit him. Then Teth Adam would have all the power, making him Black Adam. Dwayne purposely made Black Adam an anti-hero because he wanted to play a good guy. It was his first superhero role, and he wanted to essentially take over the DCEU in his own way. He wanted to bring back Superman and, quote, change the DC hierarchy, as he says in his promotions.
The hierarchy of power in the DC universe is about to change.
The hierarchy of power in the DC universe is about to change. The hierarchy of power in the DC universe is about to change.
The hierarchy of power in the DC universe is about to change.
The hierarchy of power in the DC universe is about to change.
Stop the cap.
And he says he wants to be the Kevin Feige for DC, the Iron Man of the DCEU. The main character is what I'm trying to say. He wants to be the fucking main character. And the only reason why he even chose Black Adam wasn't because he loved his comics or because he loved the storylines. It was because he looked cool, was brown, and he used to be a slave. I fully believe he chose Black Adam because he couldn't fathom the idea that he would play a DC character that made him weaker than Henry Cavill's Superman. That's why it even stretches to him playing Crypto, Black Adam, and Black Adam's dog in Super Pets. And like the end credits of both Super Pets and Black Adam, it shows Superman and Black Adam having some sort of a rivalry. Yes, the Shazam villain is rivals with Superman now, and The Rock even had a fight with Warner Bros. Executives to keep him out of Shazam 2, making them rewrite the film and give him a Black Adam solo film. And the funny thing is about this Superman rivalry, you don't need a sequel to know who would win, and you may be wondering how. How would I know who would win between Superman and Black Adam? It's because The Rock has a contract that was made for the Fast and Furious that also carried over to Black Adam, and that The Rock can never lose a fight on screen. He would be hit, knocked down, or cut, but no matter what, he can never lose. Think back on it. Think back on every fight scene with Black Adam. He gets held back, but he never truly loses. When he passes out due to his injury, that's after he won the fight already. Imagine if he did pass out during it, and the main human characters would have to escape and find a way out of it. But nope, he just wins and falls like a fucking Looney Tunes character. He needs medical attention, so he isn't all powerful as he is? Nah, he could just patch himself right up. Let's not forget where him and Hawkman have some sort of pissing contest throughout, where it shows that Hawkman is some kind of equal to Black Adam, when in reality he loses all the fights he has with him. The only time where Hawkman ever really holds his own is in the very first fight. The rest, and especially the bedroom fight scene, Hawkman rarely gets any hits in. The entire fight is just Black Adam beating the ever-loving shit out of him. And afterwards, Hawkman talks like it was completely even. Like, what the fuck?
How long we gonna keep doing this?
Oh, brother, this guy stinks!
And when Black Adam is taken into custody, it's because he surrenders himself. Could you imagine how much more it would have been impactful if Hawkman had a final fight with him and he actually won? But when Sabbac comes in and kicks Hawkman's ass, he realizes he does need Black Adam's help to win the fight. Oh, but no, it's Dr. Fate just kissing up to his ass instead. And that reminds me, all of these goddamn side characters just suck his dick and start telling off all the other heroes because they won't kill. And that's what makes Black Adam better than everybody.
The world doesn't always need a white knight. Sometimes it needs something darker.
All our resources and killed my husband? But now we finally have our own hero and you decide to fly down here and save us? Thank you, but we're covered. Go and protect international stability someplace else.
No. You like to split the world into good and bad, but that's easy to do when you're the one drawing the line. It's his darkness that lets him do what heroes like you cannot.
And yes, that is the overall message of this movie. Kill people you deem evil. Fuck the intergang. Who cares about the probability that they might have families, or they joined to feed their kids, or they joined because they were forced to, or they were brainwashed when they were kids, like normal types of gang drama that you see in movies that actually have a good story. Nope, just fucking blow them all up. Who cares about change? Who cares about hopefulness? Just fucking incinerate them. There is an entire Superman movie that completely burns this entire movie's message down to the ground, called Superman versus the Elite. Implicitly Pretentious made a video essay about it, so you should go check it out. It's really good. But the overall plot is, anti-heroes are killing off world leaders, villains, and anybody who they deem evil, and the public loves it. And Superman has to show them how badly it could backfire, because what if the Elite deems America as evil, or any of their citizens? When the Elite deems Superman evil and try to kill him, all the citizens start regretting their decision to follow them, because the killing bad guys won't solve their issues. Changing will.
Listen, I like Superman, sure, but the Elite will kill these murderers and terrorists. What's not to like?
So even Smallville's rooting for the Elite.
Well, just the loud, angry, and stupid.
Come on, it's not that simple. I don't think that I make them feel safe anymore. The way I do things.
Clark, when people are scared, they have a tendency to hop on a bandwagon before they see who's driving it. But when they wise up, and believe me, they will, what matters is that you'll be there for them, leading by example, just like always. Truth, justice, and the American way. It ain't broke, so don't fix it. You're living in a dream world!
Good. Dreams save us. Dreams lift us up and transform us into something better. And on my soul, I swear that until my dream of a world where dignity, honor, and justice are the reality we all share, I'll never stop fighting. Ever.
Black Adam is a fucking mess of an anti-hero story. And it's just The Rock rubbing his hands all over DC because he's trying so desperately to find that one iconic character. His Indiana Jones, his Iron Man, his Luke Skywalker. He even wants to do a Logan-style Hobbs solo film. He doesn't get why characters like Luke Skywalker and Iron Man are timeless and iconic. It's because they're able to lose, to grow. Black Adam at the start of the film is the Black Adam at the end of the film. The character growth is the other characters having to realize they have to let Black Adam run around and zap the shit out of people. And this is where Peacemaker comes in on the opposite side of the spectrum. The Peacemaker character was never really a big name in DC. In fact, he was probably less well known than Polka Dot Man, if you could believe it. Just a Punisher-esque anti-hero, but James Gunn loved the idea of taking all these not well-known characters and putting them into its own spin on things. And Peacemaker was the perfect fit for his new Suicide Squad. John Cena saw this role and immediately was excited to take it, because he saw Peacemaker as a quote clean slate, to use him as a character he could make his own and take his own spin with it. And surprisingly, that's not a bad thing. Peacemaker in the comics ranged from a diplomat to a vengeance-hungry killer, and it takes liberties to adapt all the goofy and crazy ideas from the comic and for his characters, such as the helmet having different kinds of powers like a sonic boom and X-ray vision. He embraces violence for the sake of peace, which is also accurate to the comics. His father is a fascist, only this time his father is mixed with a different fascist villain called the White Dragon, and it works super well. Oh, and let's not forget about the great costume design, like holy fuck, that's awesome. Peacemaker fully embraces comic book looks. In fact, James Gunn takes liberties to make every character in his Suicide Squad movie look as comic accurate as possible. Because it's not the costume that makes the character cool, it's the character that makes the costume cool. That's why nobody ever nitpicks Peacemaker's suit for being goofy or weird looking. We all know it's fiction and it's based on campy comic books, so stop running from it. Aside from the origins and motives of the entire personality of Peacemaker, he was essentially non-existent. That's until John Cena got the role. John Cena immediately jumped into the ideas and started putting it into what made Peacemaker a new household name at DC. He was goofy in all intensive purposes, but he was also really cool, and he felt like he had depth and personality and emotion put into it. It felt like you were actually watching an anti-hero with a shitty life letting in new friends for the first time. His way of closing himself off was being a dick to people and always keeping his mind onto the task at hand. But over time, he does let new friends in. He does change into a better man. In the Suicide Squad film, he has zero remorse for killing in the name of peace, but that ends up changing. He freezes and he asks questions on whether or not killing for the sake of peace is really the right thing to do or not. John Cena grew to love the role of Peacemaker so much, he started wearing the costume at interviews and red carpet events. James Gunn loved working with him so much, it's the entire reason he made the show to begin with. And that's his true love and dedication. He wasn't afraid to get goofy, to cry, to get weird, to get wild, to lose. In the final battle against his dad, we see him charge at his dad thinking it's going to be some epic battle, and then...
I'll kill you, motherfucker! You think so?
he loses the entire fight in one punch. He only gets the upper hand because his team saved him, and that's in character, and it fits the story, and it's fantastic. And now, because of that, Peacemaker is going to be the new role people think of when they think about John Cena. Well, besides his WWE persona. Basically, what I'm trying to say is, fuck Black Adam, I'm going to go rewatch Peacemaker.